Isam Ghanim, the President and CEO of ChildFund International, ChildFund. Malnutrition is a global problem that's facing children everywhere, especially during the first 1,000 days of the life of any children. Malnutrition not only affects the physical development of children, it has been proven that it affects many aspects of life later on. And it's a complex problem because it is not just related to the accessibility or availability of food. It is part of the whole system of food security that affect basically families and children, the knowledge of the parents, as well as the physical basically environment where children live. Because of the emerging information about what makes the health status of children better and improved, is really not to underestimate the need to provide them with psychosocial support. And why the psychosocial support is important? As I mentioned, we focus on children as a whole. Nourished children need also the psychosocial support so they grow up with the level of confidence about themselves, about their environment, so that they are equipped with the tools and the skill that will allow them to develop healthy emotional health, as well as relate with their environment, their peers, their siblings, their parents in the best possible way. And in normal situation, these things happen by chance. But we learn the hard way that sometimes children may not be living in an environment that provides them with that psychosocial healthy environment. And in that case, we need to make sure that we intervene, provide the skills needed for parents to understand the psychosocial needs of their children. And also when they are under stress, because sometimes there are emergencies, natural disasters or conflicts in some places in the world, etc., that we provide unique opportunities that provide a lot of stress to these children. So in these cases, we focus on the psychosocial support, so children are equipped with the psychological tools that will allow them to have the resilience. And by the resilience, I mean to help children and their family members to absorb the shocks, recover from them, and adapt to the new environment. Mental health is one of the major focus areas that I think we are learning about it increasingly day after day. And why mental health is becoming important. As the world is changing, the world is becoming more digital, the interaction between children and their environment is becoming different. Children are spending more time online rather than playing and dealing with their siblings. And as the world is becoming well connected, where every hour, every minute, you are bombarded with information. Children are not isolated from this environment. And therefore, mental health, especially during the COVID period of 2-3 years of being closed, mental health is becoming very important. The good news is that the world has made huge progress, especially during the past 2 to 3 years, in making sure that mental health is destigmatized. Until a few years ago, mental health is like a stigma, but now the world has made significant progress. I'm very happy with the celebrities coming out and being open about the mental health issues. Mental health is becoming a requirement and a need that schools, teachers, counselors, parents are trained to recognize. And recognizing that you have a mental health issue is the first step to address it. ChildFund is a global organization. We are part of an alliance that consists of 11 members. We work throughout the world, in Asia, in Africa, and the Americas. Last year, we reached about 21 million children and their family members. We receive support and funding from various donors, and we collaborate with governments, as a matter of fact, throughout basically our programs. Our focus is definitely on children. We want children to grow up healthy, educated, skilled, and safe. And because of our sponsorship model, we can make commitment to work with children throughout their 3 life stages, from being young children to adolescent and youth until they become adults. We focus on education, we focus on health, we focus on basically the skill and training of youth so that they become ready to become adults and children. And as you can imagine, we cannot do this work without relying on our strong partnerships with local organizations. So one of the major definers of ChildFund model is that we work in partnership with government and we work through local organizations to develop their capacity to be able to deliver services to children in an effective manner. One important aspect of the ChildFund model is that we take child as a whole. We need to take child as part of a family, as part of a community, and we also need to focus on the psychological, the physical, and the emotional development of children as a whole. As I mentioned, in ChildFund, we focus on the child as a whole. And therefore, an important aspect of healthcare delivery is that we recognize that the best way to deliver health services to children is to make sure that their guardians, their parents are equipped with the information, knowledge, and skills that allow them to understand the need to access health care, because that is the first step. And the other part of our model, ChildFund model, is to emphasize the frontline level, whereby whether it's the school or the health dispensary or even the midwife, we need to train these people to understand what does it mean to be responsible for health delivery to children.